Yo, see how much this, man, 4 minutes. I don't like to do things like, in a pace that doesn't allow people to grab, because sometimes some people are where they're at in life and take to certain things that, they provide for, them to consist of. Everybody has their own becoming, their own way of learning, their own way of giving. But I might take something right quick, super quick, and see if that holds. If not, shit, I got all day to give to what I need to. I ain't really tripping. I was watching, I've been following a lot, and I always had in my heart that it's fucked up that, people do take to abortions and shit. People sit there and look and think about, what's in front of them, at that point in time where life is at to give and to have and to keep. They finally take to the realization that, shit, I got my life before me, and is this the person that I want to be with in my life? And you shouldn't open your legs. It's where you shouldn't have took to that woman. It goes both ways. You know what I mean? You should have take the time to give to what you needed to provide for life to be. You remove yourself from grace. You remove yourself from glory when you start, to even conjure up or even be placed in the sentence that has, well, what about abortion? Or, what about, the morning after pill? However, all of that shit that comes. If you're not responsible enough to take to your own life, what makes you think you should, take to anything that has to do with the becomings of somebody else's life? If that's the case, mind your fucking business. Take to what you need to, develop and grow and becoming a woman, and how it is that you have to give, as well as the main part on how you have to receive. People glorify, how they have to hold and how they have to say how they're, it's them who gives, it's them who does, it's my body. You remove yourself from what life has for you because you don't take to the things that need to be of a body. The body consists of how we have and how we are, the church. That's why the Lord says, I'm the head of the body. We all branch off. We all give to what we need to give to provide from one another to receive. And that gives to us to keep. You know what I mean? He provides for you to take the thought and be of sound mind on how life is. I'm going to be direct with a whole bunch of shit. And people probably take to me about cussing and saying God's name rather than the fact that they're in sin. And they committed sin and they killed a baby. New York, man. What kind of shit is that? The fuck? I love New York. No longer stands. You can't sell that t-shirt no more. That's just what it was, because it ain't what it is. 9 months till the time comes that you are able to take to abortion. That child's already soul, spirit, developed and given and keeping. When you are at the blessing to acknowledge that you have conceived, that's what it is. It's life. You know what I mean? People want to sit here and think about themselves and how they have to give to life, but not take to on how their father has, on how our father has to give. And then what happens? You go through with it, you're convicted, messed up in the head, and asking yourself questions about what if. You go see children in the subway, you go see children sitting down playing, and you take to a thought that takes away from it, and you find later in life, or as well that very moment that you take away from your life, because you feel it as soon as it's removed, that I just did something that my father didn't want, doesn't have, doesn't hold, I can't even say condone, but I'm going to place it in there so, it can be where it needs to be, to have and keep and hold to the shit that it need to. The fucking fact that he don't condone that shit. The sick shit about a lot of shit is about y'all bros who got about 2, 3, 4, 5 abortions under your belt like it ain't shit. It's no more nothing. You're numb. At that moment, at that time, consider yourself a hoe. Consider yourself everything that everybody else that has taken to you so quickly to take to, deem true. People don't want to say things that need to. For you to give in the way it is that you have to give so you can be. Acknowledge the fact that your father has and stop removing from life in the way that it is that you're giving. It's fucked up shit though, huh? But women's rights, all this other bullshit about, they're the ones who give. That's why we are who we are. The blessing to keep, give as, will receive from. Beautiful child has for us to fucking